how sick I really am, and how dangerous my association with them could be. How is it that you have shown your mercy to others? By placing them in complete ignorance or total transcendental bliss? With my limited knowledge, I desperately appeal to you, my dear Lord, and I ask, why am I so unfortunate? And what must I do? My dear Lord Nityananda, coming too close to me, people will see the most selfish brute they have ever met. People come to me for help and guidance. I have nothing to offer, but being an expert thief, I take their kindness, affection, and love, and in return, I leave them empty-handed. What else can I do? I have been passed over by you, dear Lord, being 1,000 times more desperately in need. I call out to you. Why am I so unfortunate? What must I do? I am afraid of everything and everybody, because I am a fool, a first-class imbecile, pretending to be a scholar. I constantly look over my shoulder, wondering when someone will recognize the fool that I am and give me a big kick. You gave intelligence to so many of your servants. But as for me, you gave me neither the intelligence to know you, nor the intelligence to fully ignore you. So I desperately appeal to you, my dear Lord. Why am I so unfortunate? What must I do? Most people think I'm quite competent because I'm able to anticipate situations and see ahead to complications before they occur. Little do they know that my attentiveness is due to fear. I scrutinize every situation carefully to see if there is any inconvenience or danger to me, being ready to run at a moment's notice. Anyone who associates with me for any length of time will develop phobias of a most serious nature. When you bless your servants with courage, you notice that I was too insecure to handle such a gift. Now I have been given the position of a general, leading people whom I can neither protect nor guide. So in desperation, I appeal to you and wonder, why am I so unfortunate? What must I do? My dear Lord Nityananda, you summoned your army, and I joined them. We put on our uniforms as you looked on smilingly. I smiled too, happy to have the chance to represent you in the battle against the forces of illusion and degradation. I looked ahead, anticipating the victory, anxious to wield my transcendental weaponry. However, to my surprise, I found that you never arranged for me to have sufficient weapons. How was I to conquer without them? You know what a puffed up fool I am. Knowing I would have claimed the credit for any success, you deliberately kept me from the front line. So I desperately appeal to you, Lord. Why am I so unfortunate? What must I do?
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pisaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Tirtha Swami Krishna Padaya Padaya Siddhana Shri Gaura Karuna Sakti Bhakti Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pisaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Gora Vani Pachari Visesa Suni, the first Santari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pandityananda, the great Vegetable Siva Sadi. Gora Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Go, Hare Krishna. Okay. Meditation 11. My chronic disease, which is envy.
Entonces estamos en la meditación número 11, mi enfermedad crónica, que es la envidia.
What is envy?
¿Qué es la envidia?
Envy occurs when I feel that I'm supposed to have what you are having. What you are having is supposed to be my property, but you are having it, not me.
La envidia sucede cuando uno ve que alguien está teniendo algo y está deseando de que eso tendría que ser mío. ¿Por qué yo no tengo eso que tú tienes?
So you're supposed to have given it to me.
Se supone que me lo deberías haber dado a mí.
Why are you still keeping it?
¿Por qué aún lo mantienes?
You're supposed to know by now, you should give it to me. That belongs to me, not you.
Se supone que ahora ya debes saber de que eso me pertenece. Debería estar conmigo, no contigo.
It is not a gross thing.
No es algo burdo.
It is subtle.
Es algo muy sutil.
So many people will not recognize it.
Muchas personas no pueden reconocerlo.
Anger, one can recognize it.
Antes de reconocerlo,
Through my voice,
a través de la voz,
my mood,
a través de cómo uno se mueve.
but envy, it is unnoticed.
Pero la envidia puede pasar desapercibida.
So it's a very chronic disease.
Entonces es una enfermedad crónica.
And Gurudev says here it is contagious.
Y aquí Gurudev dice que es contagiosa.
It is very contagious.
Es muy contagiosa.
And people will not notice it.
Y la gente no lo sabe.
So we have to pray to Lord Nityananda to take away this envy.
Entonces tenemos que orarle al Señor Nityananda que quite esta envidia de nosotros.
Because it makes one unfortunate.
Porque lo hace a uno desafortunado.
Why I should be envious?
¿Por qué debería estar envidioso?
Because of ignorance.
Es debido a la ignorancia.
One who has knowledge will not be envious.
Cuando uno tiene conocimiento, uno no es envidioso.
I will know that what you have, you work for it. What I have, I work for it.
Y sabría que lo que tú tienes, has trabajado por ello. Y lo que yo tengo es lo que he trabajado.
Therefore, if you have something better than me, then I should work towards it so that next life I'll get it.
Así que si tienes algo mejor de lo que yo tengo, debo esforzarme para poder lograrlo la próxima vez.
Because if you work it, then the next life will be there.
Porque si trabajas duro, entonces la próxima vez estará allí.
But in ignorance, we don't know this, so we are envious of someone who has something that we think that should be owned by us.
Pero en ignorancia creemos que aquello que los demás tienen debería, sin saber, debería tenerlo.
And people who are envious are very, very dangerous.
Y las personas envidiosas son muy, muy peligrosas.
So Gurudev is said here, my dear Lord Nityananda are coming too close to me. People will see the most selfish brute they have ever met.
Mi querido señor Nityananda, acercándose demasiado a mí, la gente verá al bruto más egoísta que jamás hayan conocido.
Because when we are envious of people, we practically kill them in our mind.
Porque cuando somos envidiosos de alguien, prácticamente en nuestra mente lo hemos matado.
We are envious of a person or people, we practically kill them because we don't want them to exist.
Cuando somos envidiosos de las personas o de alguien, prácticamente lo hemos matado porque no queremos que existan.
So it is brutality.
Entonces es brutalidad.
Envious people, they are never satisfied.
Las personas envidiosas nunca están satisfechas.
So it's a very dangerous mentality.
Entonces es una mentalidad muy peligrosa.
We take from people, but we never give anything to others.
Tomamos de las personas, pero nunca damos algo en regreso.
Because we don't want people to have anything. Everybody should
Okay.
be our slave so that everything will depend on us. We should own everything and let all others become our slaves.
No queremos que nadie tenga nada. En nuestra mentalidad queremos posesión de todos y todos deben ser esclavos. Queremos obtener la posesión de todo.
So being envious will have an unfortunate life.
Entonces, siendo envidiosos, tendremos una vida de infortunio.
So Guru is asking, what should I do?
Entonces, Gurudev pregunta, ¿qué debo hacer?
You have to do something.
¿Debo hacer algo?
Taking shelter of Lord Nityananda Prabhu.
Tomar refugio en el Señor Nityananda Prabhu.
Because when we project negativity towards other people, everything is going to come back to us.
Porque cuando proyectamos negatividad hacia otras personas, todo va a volver hacia nosotros.
Imagine we are envious of so many people and all those people are sending everything back to us. How miserable our life would be.
Imagínense proyectar nuestra negatividad hacia un montón de personas y esa negatividad vuelve hacia nosotros. Imagínense qué miserable vida es esa.
We don't know that when we put others in anxiety, we are wishing others bad. We wish people, we envy, we wish them bad. We don't know that all those things we are offering to people, nature will bring all of them back to us.
Entonces estamos deseando el mal hacia las personas, estamos creando ansiedad y no estamos pensando de que todo eso va a volver hacia nosotros.
And because of the negativity we are sending to people, when all of them comes back, like fire, what is burning inside the fire?
Entonces, cuando mandamos toda esa negatividad hacia las otras personas, cuando vuelva, eso es como un fuego que quema.
So we see people who are envious, they are never happy.
Entonces vemos que las personas que son envidiosas nunca están felices,
They are never satisfied.
nunca están satisfechos.
Just like how can one be happy being burnt by fire?
Así como uno puede ser feliz cuando está siendo quemado por el fuego.
I remember one pastime is the Mahabharata.
Recuerdo un pasatiempo del Mahabharata.
And it has to do with the spiritual master of the demigod, Brihaspati.
Y tiene que ver con el maestro espiritual de los semidioses, Brihaspati.
King Marut, who was performing Jagya.
Y Marut
Yes.
estaba realizando un yagya, una ceremonia.
So he wanted Brihaspati to be the chief priest.
Entonces quería que Brihaspati sea
To be the master, let's say master.
Para que sea el maestro de ceremonias.
Yes. But he said, no, that is material, I'm not interested.
Pero él dijo, no, eso es material, no estoy interesado.
So Marut went to Brihaspati's junior brother, who is also a very powerful sage.
Entonces él fue hacia un sabio, un general que también era muy poderoso.
First of all, he said, no, I'm not the one to do this. Go and meet my senior brother.
Y él dijo, yo no soy el que debo hacer esto, ve y habla con mi hermano mayor.
So Marut said, I'm coming from your brother. He said, no, he's busy, he will not be able to do it. That's why I came to you. Please accept to do this, to be the priest guiding this sacrifice.
Vengo de ver a tu hermano y él dijo que no estaba interesado. Por favor, acepta el puesto de sacerdote principal para esta ceremonia.
So when he realized that it is true, his brother refused to officiate this ceremony, so he accepted.
Entonces cuando vio que en realidad su hermano se había negado a participar de la ceremonia, entonces él aceptó.
Then when the Brihaspati got to know that this Jagya is very, very powerful, Lord Vishnu is attending, Lord Brahma is attending, Lord Shiva is attending, and all the great personalities, the sages are all attending, Brihaspati became attracted.
Entonces, cuando Brihaspati se dio cuenta de que esta ceremonia era muy, muy poderosa y de que Vishnu estaba participando, Brahma, el señor Shiva y los grandes sabios estaban presentes, entonces se interesó y quería participar.
So he told the King Marut, now I want to be the chief priest.
Entonces le dijo a Marut, ahora quiero ser el sacerdote principal.
He said, no, it is late. Now he's a brother. Your brother is the chief priest now. It's late to put your name. It's a brother who is officiating.
No, ahora es demasiado tarde. He puesto el nombre de tu hermano porque tú te habías negado, entonces ya es demasiado tarde para poner tu nombre.
He said, no, tell him to give it up. I will be the chief priest. So no, I cannot do that because it's already announced. I cannot do that now. It's late.
No, quita el nombre de él y pon mi nombre. Y entonces Marut dijo que no es posible porque ya ha sido anunciado con su nombre. ¿Cómo puedo quitar su nombre y poner el tuyo?
Brihaspati tried to use his strength to cancel the Jagya so he can be the chief priest, but he didn't succeed.
Entonces Brihaspati trató con todas sus fuerzas de cancelar el yagya para que él pueda ser el sacerdote principal, pero no tuvo efectividad.
So he became very, very, very envious of his brother. He was very envious of his brother.
Entonces se volvió muy, muy envidioso de su hermano.
Because he became envious, the envy dried him up to the size of a stick of a broom.
Entonces, porque se volvió tan envidioso, se volvió seco, así como un cepillo. Como
Envy is destructive.
La envidia es destructiva.
So he became dried up like a stick of a broom.
Se volvió seco como un palo de una escoba.
So that makes us unfortunate.
Entonces eso nos vuelve desafortunados.
Envy makes one unfortunate. So Buddha is asking, what must we do?
La envidia nos vuelve desafortunados. Por eso Gurudev está preguntando, ¿qué debo hacer?
Sometimes we try to hide what is inside.
Algunas veces intentamos esconder lo que está dentro.
As Gurudev mentioned here, most people think I am quite competent because I'm able to anticipate situations and see ahead to complications before they occur.
La mayoría de la gente piensa que soy bastante competente porque soy capaz de anticiparme a las situaciones y ver las complicaciones antes de que ocurran.
Little do they know that my attentiveness is due to fear.
Pocos saben que mi atención se debe al miedo.
So we see someone behave like he's like very bold and brave.
Entonces algunas veces vemos a algunas personas que son que tienen mucha, que son muy bravos y que tienen mucho coraje.
It is not bravery, it is not fearlessness, it is due to fear from the envy we generate from people that make us to be so fearful that we behave as if we are brave and powerful.
No es que son personas que no tienen miedo y que son muy corajudas, sino es que es debido al miedo, el miedo generado por la ansiedad de la envidia que hemos proyectado hacia otros.
Some people, they shout and brag and make people think that they're powerful, when actually they're doing that out of fear.
Muchas personas gritan y muchos piensan que pueden ser muy valientes, pero en realidad se debe al miedo que las personas han proyectado sobre esa persona.
Sometimes we see that some people behave as if they are very, very intelligent, but it's all due to fear. It is due to insecurity.
Algunas veces podemos ver personas que pueden actuar de forma muy inteligente, pero se debe al miedo y a Dios.
I scrutinize every situation carefully, the same thought. I scrutinize every situation carefully to see if there is any inconvenience or danger to me, being ready to run at a moment's notice.
Examino cuidadosamente cada situación para ver si hay algún inconveniente o peligro para mí, estando listo para correr en cualquier momento.
When people are not confident in their Krishna conscious life, we feel insecure, and we want to make people believe that we are very intelligent, we are very capable. So we always criticize everything to be sure. But actually, inside, it is due to emptiness, due to fear, due to envy that we are generating that is causing all the problems.
Entonces, muchas veces podemos ver a personas que examinan cuidadosamente la manera en que se mueven, en que hablan, pero en realidad eso se debe a la inseguridad, se debe al vacío y a la envidia que tienen dentro.
Anyone who has shared with me for any length of time will develop phobias of seriousness.
Cualquiera que se asocie conmigo durante un periodo prolongado desarrollará fobias de la naturaleza más grave.
When you bless your servant with courage, you notice that I was too insecure to handle such gifts.
Cuando diste a tus siervos la bendición de la valentía, te diste cuenta de que yo era demasiado inseguro para manejar un regalo así.
Now I have been given the position of a general, leading people whom I can never protect nor guide.
Ahora se me ha dado el puesto de general, dirigente de personas a las que no puedo proteger ni guiar.
So in desperation, I appeal to you and wonder, why am I so unfortunate and what must I do?
Así que desesperado, te invoco y me pregunto, ¿por qué soy tan desdichado? ¿Qué debo hacer?
We have to take shelter of Lord Nityananda.
Debemos tomar refugio en el Señor Nityananda
And pray for his shelter.
y orar por su refugio.
Only he can cure us of this chronic disease.
Solo Él nos puede curar de esta enfermedad crónica.
If the disease is not cured, we cannot make advancement in our Christian consciousness.
Si esta enfermedad no es curada, no podemos hacer avance en nuestra conciencia de Krishna.
Last part. My dear Lord Nityananda, you summoned your army and I joined them. We put on our uniforms as we looked on, smiling.
Mi querido Señor Nityananda, convocaste a tu ejército y yo me uní a ellos. Nos vestimos con nuestros uniformes.
I smiled too, happy to have the chance to represent you in a battle against the forces of illusion and degradation.
Mientras tú mirabas sonriendo, yo también sonreí, feliz de tener la oportunidad de representarte en la batalla contra las fuerzas de la ilusión y la degradación.
I looked ahead, anticipating the victory, anxious to wield my transcendental victory.
Miré hacia adelante, anticipándome a la victoria, ansioso por blandir mi armamento trascendental.
However, to my surprise, I found that you never arranged for me to have sufficient weapons.
Sin embargo, para mi sorpresa, descubrí que tú nunca hiciste arreglos para que tuvieras suficientes armas.
How was I to conquer without them?
¿Cómo iba a conquistar sin estas?
He knew what a puffed-up fool I am. Knowing I would have claimed the credit for my success, you deliberately kept me on the front line.
Sabías lo tonto que soy, sabiendo que habría reclamado el mérito de cualquier éxito, deliberadamente me mantuviste alejado de la línea del frente.
So I desperately appeal to you, Lord, why am I so unfortunate? What must I do?
Así que te suplico desesperadamente, Señor, ¿por qué soy tan desdichado? ¿Qué debo hacer?
So we need the mercy and blessing of Lord Nityananda from me.
Entonces necesitamos la misericordia y las bendiciones del Señor Nityananda Prabhu.
So he will give us the necessary weapons with which we can defeat the illusion.
Entonces, Él nos va a dar las armas necesarias para poder vencer la ilusión.
To be a bona fide representative, we must be free from envy.
Y para ser buenos representantes, debemos conquistar la envidia.
That will draw the attention, it will draw the message of Lord Nityananda. It will draw the attention of Lord Nityananda, and that will make us have the necessary equipment to defeat Maya.
Y entonces, de esa forma, podremos atraer la atención del Señor Nityananda y la misericordia para que nos dé las armas necesarias para derrotar a Maya.
To pray for the mercy.
Debemos orar por la misericordia.
Lord Nityananda is so merciful.
El Señor Nityananda es tan misericordioso.
And we need his mercy to get the blessing of Lord Chaitanya.
Y necesitamos de su misericordia para obtener las bendiciones de Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
With his mercy, we can do everything successfully.
Con su misericordia podemos hacer todo exitosamente.
Nityananda Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for enlightening us about the nature of envy and also about the nature of fear and how it makes us do different things, how we pretend to be intelligent and we act boldly out of fear. So thank you so much Maharaj for enlightening us about this through this session and ultimately giving us the solution that we have to pray to Lord Nityananda so as to ultimately attain the divine shelter and be freed from this material life and from all this envy and fear and the illusion. So thank you so much Maharaj for enlightening us in this session. Now I would like all the devotees to come up and ask their questions. So the floor is open for your questions. So we can see His Grace Pran Hari Prabhuji's hand here. So yes, Prabhuji, please, you may ask the question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you Maharaj. This is a big topic actually. You have made it simple. This is so Maharaj. Thank you for the all this information. The question is basically like in this material world, when we read about from the Mata to a point, then come the envious and then other material, like covering. So how do we uncover this from our from practicing the devotional service, because we get entangled with all this covering. So how do we remove this covering?
The coverings will be removed. The only medicine to remove the covering is to take shelter. To take shelter of Lord Nityananda. Here, good day is praying to Nityananda Prabhu because he is the service form of a Chaitanya. The Supreme Lord is there. Krishna is Supreme Lord, represented by Chaitanya. Lord Balaram, he appeared as on Nityananda. So Nityananda is the service form of Krishna. Yoga device Prabhu is having difficult to this connection.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. It seems Jagannivas Prabhuji got disconnected. So
all right, so we continue until he comes back. We'll continue. Yes. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu is a service form of Lord Krishna. Means what? When we will look at the Chaitanya Lila. Although Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, he came as a servant. He came as a devotee of Krishna. Bhakta. But that is what he said he is. But when we look at his activities, and look at the activities of all his associates, you see that all his associates, including Lord Nityananda Prabhu, they are all servants to him. In Krishna Lila, he came as Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, but he acted more of a servant. If you look very carefully, you see that Krishna acted more of a servant than Godhead. And Chaitanya who came as a devotee of Krishna, he acted more as the supreme than the servant. And all his activities he was doing through the agency of Lord Nityananda, who is a service form of his own, his personality, the service form of his person. Therefore, to get the strength, to transcend all the unnecessary things that we have to give up to be successful in Christian consciousness, we have to take shelter of Nityananda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Siva Dora Bhakta. Shelter of Nityananda. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, anyone who does not recognize Lord Nityananda, even if that person does not offend me directly, the person does not exist for me. The person does automatically offend me, because it's not different from Nityananda. Nityananda is not different from me. Who is there?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. May I ask another question, Maharaj, or I wait?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Maharaj, the another question is like, sometimes we don't realize that we are envious actually. That we, because of our nature of, so we become getting envious to others, So how do we keep checking on ourselves that we are getting into this envious mode,
Yes, like you said, it's a heavy topic. It's a heavy topic. It is so heavy that envy does not exist only between friends and friends, even with parents, children, parents. Parents can envy the children. Children can envy the parents. Friends would envy each other, friends. And yes. Teachers envious of the student envious of the teacher. That is how terrible it is. So it's a heavy topic, and it is so dangerous. So dangerous that if you look at the scriptures, Look at the scripture. Look at Bhagavad Gita. Look at Bhagavad Gita 9:3. Krishna said, envious people will never get it. Never get it. The envious. Never get Krishna. Mritu Vartmani. Mritu samsara Vartmani. They will be rotating in the circle of birth and death. That is for envious people. And I would. In chapter 4, Krishna said, envious people, they don't have future now or tomorrow. They don't have future. And you look at Bhagavatam also, right from the beginning of Bhagavatam. Krishna said, those who are envious can never understand Krishna. So, Krishna is revealed to those who are not envious. Because they are nasty, they make their life very, very unpalatable. So it is so dangerous that some of us are even so covered, we don't even realize that we have envy. That means our situation is very, very, very precarious. Very precarious. That we have not realized that we have envy. That is really serious. Really serious. At least if you realize you have it, it's better. We can start working on it. Try to philosophically deal with it philosophically at the beginning. But if we have not noticed it, it's very dangerous. How can we work about it? We cannot work on it. And it will be there destroying us, making us dry up every day, even in our Christian consciousness. So we can recognize, if you want to recognize it, if you want to recognize how much envy we have there, we can do that by looking at how we feel when a brother or sister or friend is being appreciated and glorified. How do we feel? That's how we can realize if we're envious. If we feel very happy and satisfied with that, then we know that we are free from envy. Like Pundarik Vidyanidhi and Damodara Goswami. Yeah, they are very, very intimate, sweet friends. Damodara Goswami and Pundarik Vidyanidhi. They are very good friends, very good. In fact, their friendship is so sweet, so intense, so close that they're like brothers. They address themselves as brothers. My dear brother, my dear brother. So good friends are happy when their friend gets something wonderful. It's happy because they consider a friend's success to be their own success. So they feel happy about it. That's how we know if we have envy or not. We feel happy when the brother is glorified, honored, and respected more than all. We feel happy and celebrate that. If we don't feel that, then this envy is there. So we can recognize it. Then we can start working on it. Okay, with knowledge, I should not be envious of this person because the person merit what he's getting. I didn't merit it because I did not do the good thing this person did to be receiving this. Everybody is in a position of what we have done in the past. If we have this knowledge, we will not be disturbed. If we don't have the knowledge, then we are in trouble. So knowledge should be cultivated. That is why we should read every day, we should hear every day, so we can understand these things and see our dangerous, precarious situation of being in trouble with all these anarchas in our hearts. Then we can start to do with the great religion, and that will help us overcome all this. All right?
Just one. Sorry, make one point here. Just want to, sorry, devotees, I'm sorry for that. Maharaj, basically, like what I understand from my point of view, basically, in devotion, we make our character so fragile that even someone is trying to good for us, we get envious of that person, So how to deal that, because our characters get more fragile, because we feel that very sensitive. We get so sensitive, small things, and sometimes we get agitated, and and we feel that person we feel envious against that person. So that is something we,
Yes. So Papa mentioned that that even in our movement we have so many envious people. So many envious people. Even in our movement, the Hare Krishna movement, so many envious people. So if we want to be free from envy, practical thing we can do, which is very difficult, and because it is a medicine, so it will be difficult, is to serve the person we envy. Yes. Yeah, this is serve the person we envy. If you can do it, you will be purified. Because it's difficult. You get purified if you can do it. They will get purified.
That's a good point, actually, man. That's a very valid point. Very valid point. I think that's the good. Thank you, Maharaj. I think I'll practice that. I'll try to practice this point.
Yes.
Let me try that.
Yeah, we should try.
Yeah.
Papa say we try. Krishna will help us. We try.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, devotees. Thank you for everyone for bearing me. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much for the enlightening answers. Next we have his Mukulji Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, you may unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances unto the dust of your lotus feet. Maharaj, I have seen many interviews and videos of Srila Param Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, where big personalities like Dr. Percy Thomas, Dr. Nelson Mandela, President of Ghana, Muhammad Ali, and many more approached Srila Param Gurudev for their problems and queries, and they were fully convinced and satisfied by Srila Param Gurudev's answer and solutions. Maharaj, I would like to know how Maharaj convince these personalities, as they have their own principles and policies. Maharaj, what is the magic and the secret behind convincing them? Maharaj, I beg you unto the dust of the lotus feet, please answer my question. I'm very curious to know about
this. There's a saying that by the fruit we'll know a tree, by the fruit. So by the activities of a person, you can know who is a person. By the person's activity and by the person's speech, you can know who is a person. So we know a person who is not envious by his activity or her activities. We know somebody who has compassion for others by his activity, but the activity is caring for people. He's taking all kinds of risks to reach out to people and get some people in difficulty out of the situation. So yeah, they don't know they don't even need to talk. The activity shows who we are. So when we see a person is constantly interested in reaching out to people to introduce Krishna consciousness to people, finding the way how they can appreciate Krishna consciousness, even if you don't practice, but at least to get them connected to Krishna. But one who is constantly doing that, we should know that the person who will have such a level of compassion for people must be a true follower of Krishna, a pure devotee of Krishna. Because whatever we practice, whoever we follow, will have the quality of that person. So Krishna's quality of being compassionate, being lovely, which is a sign of purity, will manifest in. So we see all this in Gurudev's life. How he tried to help people, so many people to get to Krishna. All right.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thanks a lot.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So next question we have from Aditya Singh Prabhuji, which is he's from attending from YouTube, and he's asking, Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj. Maharaj, even if I understand I am certain disease of something, but it becomes difficult to express fully. So what is the hope for me, and what measure should I take?
He's looking for something.
Yes, he mentions like if even if I understand I have some certain disease of something, but it becomes difficult to express fully. So what is the hope for me, and how should I and what measure should I take, basically?
At least there should be somebody you can explain that to. At least you have somebody. There must be somebody you can confide confidential things with. There must be somebody in our life that we can share our feelings. The person that we do to, even if it is difficult. There is no situation in which we are the first person in that situation. There's nothing like that. Whatever situation, whatever experience we may be in, we are experiencing, we have many people who have already had such things in the past. So if you look at our scripture, you will see how such people deal with it. Look at the present, you also see how people deal with the situation. But at least there must be somebody in our lives that we should meet and tell the person the challenges we have. And surely something will happen. We'll get solution. And even if you don't get that, but if we ourselves are very sincere in our hearts, that we don't know how to express what is happening, inside our heart, we're very sincere, Krishna will send somebody who will come and give you solution to that. If we are really sincere and depend on Krishna, if you are taking our Krishna consciousness very seriously, we will have this experience because it has been happening. And I'm sure it will happen to anyone who is sincerely following Krishna consciousness. Krishna will send somebody to come and deliver you from this situation. There are so many experiences like that. All right?
Yes, Maharaj. I would also like to say that this also happened with me, Maharaj, when I came to Krishna consciousness. So
Yes.
it was like a time bomb only. Like the day before, I was very much depressed, and just a few days afterwards, I also experienced this thing. I got the Bhagavad Gita, and then my life changed.
Yes, Krishna will surely send somebody. Yes. So nobody is alone. We have so many people waiting to help us.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much, Maharaj. So next question we have from Pratik Prabhuji. Prabhuji is asking he says, Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. If some devotees seem to put almost everyone around him or her in problems, trying save ourselves from that devotees association and discussing how to save ourselves, is it envy or am I thinking wrong?
It's not envy. It's somebody constantly creating a bad situation for you. So you should avoid the person. We don't become inimical towards the person, but we should avoid the person. In that way, we are not helping only ourselves, we are also helping that person because the person will not have a chance to do that sinful thing to the person. So you are helping the person and helping yourself. It is not envy if we do that. That is intelligence, and we should do it. Someone is pointing finger on your hand, in your eye. You don't keep the eye there. So I'm very humble. I'm very humble. You know, humility, that is foolishness. So they want to put hand on your eye, you remove your face and go away. That's intelligence. And it is humility because we do not attack the person, but we don't allow the person also to unnecessarily disturb. So we leave. So it is not envy. We're doing the right thing. We should select the association we want to keep that is healthy in our Krishna consciousness. That's intelligence. Krishna already given us intelligence, so it is we who should use it.
Okay. Maharaj, I have a subsequent question on this answer. Can I ask another question, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. So a lot of times it happens that to be in the community, to be in the group, we have to have association of all these type of people, and also it may not make pleasurable situation for the other person who actually always creates problem. So how to please someone, or how to how to help someone who do competition with us in making some senior devotee happy. They are competing in taking credit, or a lot of things, competitive and envious behavior. So, and that person we can't avoid, we have to go there sometimes. Then in that situation, how to actually deal with such person, and how to try to at least help such person if that person is our friend, and we can't tell that person that, hey, you're doing something wrong.
So in a situation that you cannot avoid the person, say both of you are working together, so you cannot avoid. We have service together, you cannot avoid. So you should do your service you have to do, and as soon as you finish your service with that person, you leave there. Don't stay there. You leave there. The only thing which will bring both of you together will be only the service you have to do together, or the work you have to do. And as soon as you finish that, you just get away. You go to a different association that will help you in a Christian consciousness.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So there are no further questions from any devotees. I would like to, from everyone, I would like to thank you so much for giving us your very divine association. And this is our highest fortune that we are getting to associate with you and ask our questions to you. So thank you so much, Maharaj. You are explaining the very great knowledge, the highest knowledge there that could be given to us. So thank you so much, Maharaj, for everything that you are giving us, for all the blessings that you are giving us so much. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Shri
Gaura
Nityananda
Bhakta
Prabhu.
Vrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you so much, devotees, for joining us.